Hey everyone, it is C++ time yet again. Today we're going to talk about structs, structured data types. So let's get into it. Previously, we've worked with variables where we've had things like a string and we've had, uh, let's use it in the car terminology, year, color. So we can define a vehicle this way, and then we can do things like standard CN and have the model and the year and color and cool. So we've just defined a car, right? Well, we didn't really say car anywhere. I guess we could put car in front of each one of these, but we have a model, we have a year and a color, and let's say though that we have two cars. Well, I guess we would duplicate all of this. And you'll remember in the function video, we don't really like to duplicate this over and over. Especially, what if we add, beyond color, what if we add the manufacturer? Well, all of a sudden, if we had that 10 cars, we have to duplicate that 10 times, and then we have to read it in 10 more times. So that's 20 lines of code, and yeah, this isn't looking pretty, is it? So let's talk about structured data types. Don't forget the semicolon at the end. That's easy to do. Now what we've done is we've said that a car, it's almost like a blueprint. A car has a model, it has a year, and it has a color. And let's say we have a specific instance of a car. Sort of like Ford has an F-150, and then they might have an F-250, and Chevrolet might have a Silverado, and GMC might have a Sierra, and Honda might have a Crestline. Um, you can specify that quite simply by doing car, and we'll say car 1, and then we'll have car and car 2 and car 3, and then, well, this still would be sort of a nightmare to work with. I mean, we could do car1.model, and this is how you access the different fields we specify up here. So we can say car1's model is such and such, and car1's year is such and such, and the color is something else, and then we could duplicate this and do it with car2, but let's use functions. We just talked about these, right? So we'll do void, and we're going to do define car. Now remember how we worked with ints and doubles and long doubles and strings. Well, we've created a new type. It's called a car. And we want to pass it in by reference. Remember in that video too how if we use, we don't have this little symbol in here, it passes it by value, and we won't actually change anything. It'll create a duplicate and then throw the duplicate away. So we don't want to do that. We want to actually work with our car. Well, this just became handy because now what we can do is we can ask, and actually let's play around with this. Let's run it once. Let's see what's happening, and I'll try to explain what's going on as it happens. So step here, and I believe it's asking me things. I was a fool and I did not put C out. I am sorry, but we'll say the model is, I don't know, I used F-150 as my example, right? 2001, color is blue. Okay, and now if we look at, oh, we got a step, I believe. Okay, let's do this. Did you see what I did? I never actually called this function. Funny. Okay, let's do this again. Define car1. It was acting a little strange. I knew exactly what I was doing. Promise. Let's do this again. So what we're doing here is we have defined that a car has a model, a year, and a color. And when we say create an instance of this, it's almost kind of like this is a blueprint. You can't actually sit in a blueprint and drive anywhere. But in a car you can. So then after that we're saying we're going to call it car 1. And you can see that by default everything's blank or the numbers don't make sense at all. However, now it is asking me things. So I didn't put a C out in here yet, but just trust me. We'll do the F-150 again. We'll say it's 2001, and we'll say it's red this time. And now it has car 2, and it has car 3, and so on and so forth. But you'll notice car 1 has filled in these values because we've actually passed it in by reference. So let's show this in a way that we can actually see a little bit more what's going on. I want to end the line. And we'll do the year. And we'll do the color. And then we'll just do an end line at the end here. All right, and let's do this for car 1, car 2, and car 3. Make sure we specify the correct cars as we create them. And let's run it again. All right, so we're creating an instance of car 1, or car, calling it car 1. And it says model. So this time it is asking us, and I can't continue because it's waiting on me. I did things a little out of order, I guess, last time. That's why it always pays to output things so that you know where you're at. So this time we'll call F-150, and it says a year, 2011, and blue. Okay, now you'll notice these haven't actually been created yet, but there's just can't access memory, years 2, there's garbage in here. But these are filled in because what we did is we actually passed by reference, which we talked about in the function video, to here, and we populated the values with user inputs. Now if you keep an eye on 2, you'll notice that there is not a whole lot going on here. Again, it's asking us stuff. I will type in these values, and you can see that these values are now populated. So 3 is going to be exactly the same, but you can see the power of this. If we started asking something beyond the model year and color, if we asked interior color, what color are the seats and everything, we would just add that here and add it here for our defining, and we could have 100 cars here and we would not need to add it 100 times. Isn't that awesome? It's structured data. And you also, when we get further down here, if we want to access this data, it's all been organized for us. When we type in the name and hit period, IntelliSense will pop up and tell us all of the different fields that are inside this struct, color, model, and year, which is really helpful for programming rather than trying to remember what's the name of that variable and what was the number in it. Make the computer work for you. So these are structs. That's really all there is to it. It's a pretty straightforward process of organizing your variables by grouping them together based upon the thing that you're working with. So I hope you found this video enjoyable. please like, please subscribe. You know, all that fun YouTube stuff. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video.